So you know they're eating babies, right? What has been going on in our government and entertainment industry is so much worse than just pedophilia. The world isn't run by pedophiles. It's run by cannibals and vampires who actually believe that they are gods and humans are their food. That's what they believe. They worship an ancient deity called Moloch. That's just crazy, guys. And if you're not horrified, if there's a part of you that just is still in denial despite all the evidence, then I don't know what to tell you. Because there will come a time when you will not be able to ignore this or deny that it's true and that it's happening. It's hard to continue living your life, going about your business, living as though none of this affects you, and really think about what's happened, what's happening, all those children, all those children. This is why I'm a witch now. This is why I do witchcraft. 2,000 years, Jesus has been Lord of Lords, King of Kings, right? Worshipped as a god. And yet, these things are still happening. These things have been happening 2,000 years. And the world is worse than ever. So I do witchcraft. Well, hello, everybody. Say hi. Say hi. Can you guys, is the chat working? Can you hear me? Wait, can anybody hear me? I don't even know. Well, hello, Cobra. How are you? Okay, good. Because I can't always tell. Because sometimes I get fucking YouTube is weird. I do too. I just got home. Well, hello, love. How are you? Welcome. Hi, everybody. Welcome, everybody. So, yeah, they're eating babies, guys. These aren't just pedophiles, these are literal vampires and cannibals who think they're gods. Is anybody keeping up with this? Eli went scorched earth on GLM. Why? What happened? We can put a pin in the baby eating cannibals running the world and talk about this. What the fuck happened? I don't know. I was at work all day. I have no idea what's going on in that. I did see GLM posted a really oh my god, that short. It was nuts. Oh my god. No, here's the thing, right? Tammy came out here on these YouTube streets and started shit with people, and the consequence is she don't like the consequences of her own actions. He called her emotionally dysregulated and vile. Eli, dude. Dude. I feel like GLM and Eli need to go their separate ways. I am standing 10 toes down on my belief that everybody, and I mean everybody, needs to just leave Eli alone. Don't talk about him. Just don't talk about him. Don't address him. Just leave him alone and then see what happens. See what he does. I mean, he's telling everybody that he just wants to have, he doesn't want any drama, right? Like okay. So everybody just leave him alone. It's not hard. It's really not hard. I'll have to go check it out. It's not hard. Just leave Eli alone. Just don't go to his channel. Don't talk about him. Just imagine after 8 years of everybody going at this man like it's their job, if everybody just stopped. Just, that's it. We're done. We're not talking about you, Eli. We don't go to your channel. We don't know what you're doing. Why don't you guys try that and see what happens? See what happens. It was awesome, actually. I start my new position on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. And I'm kind of sad about that, like, because I'm hoping I can go watch the Super Bowl because the Hawks are playing. And while I don't have cable, so I never get to watch any football, and I don't go to bars because bars are dangerous. Um, I I really do want to, but I don't want to go to a bar because I'm worried that I will drink and then I have to figure out how to get home because I don't want to drink and drive. So I don't want to go to a bar because there's alcohol there. And I'm afraid that I'm not strong enough to, it's going to be a party atmosphere. And you know how shit is. Somebody might buy me a drink. Like, I don't know if I'm strong enough to go to a bar and not drink. So I don't know how I'm going to watch the game because does anybody know about Prime? Like, I think NFL is on Prime. I think I can actually pay to watch the Super Bowl at home, which is where I want to watch it. Like, I like the idea of bars, right? Like, I always have fun when I go to the bar. No, the bars are fun, but they're not really the place for me. Like, yeah, bars are not, dude, for a while, I thought about finding my local hangout, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to end up drinking more and getting a DUI. Like, I don't need to be hanging out in bars. And that's why I'm like, okay, I'm just going to figure out how to watch the game. Hopefully, I'm I'm going in at like 6:30. So I don't know what time the game is, but I'm pretty sure I'll be off by the time the game starts. So, well, I mean, I've got Spencer and his buddy. Um, his buddy is staying with us. So, we're all probably going to watch the game here. I'll probably order pizza, maybe some wings. Um, we'll try to make it fun. I'll see if anybody else wants to come over. If I'm going to pay for the Super Bowl, if I'm going to pay for streaming, then I'm going to probably try to host something, one or two people, um, just to see, who, or just the three of us. But yeah, I don't like, I think going to a bar to watch the game might be fun, right? But the thing about Flagstaff is that most of the bars in this town are college bars. And every time I've gone into like downtown, there's a lot of really cool historic like pubs and stuff downtown. There's like two Irish pubs, because there's always an Irish pub. Listen, if you go to fucking China, I bet if you went to some fucking remote Chinese village, there's going to be an Irish pub there. There is always an Irish pub. There has got to be a conspiracy about Irish pubs. Like you're on Rumble right now. Like right now, you're on Rumble. So, yeah. So there's like two Irish pubs again, but it's all college kids. So like you go into any pub downtown, you feel like you're hanging out with like children. Oh, Flex is he live right now? So I can't do fucking StreamYards. I can't believe yesterday it like kicked it like my internet fucking went down like the whole house for like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, so somebody doesn't want me on fucking StreamYards. Wait, Flex is live right now? Yeah, I wonder if I should go over and hang out rather than then I can like talk to people. I really wish that I knew how to like I pretty much live stream from my phone. It's so weird. Like I hate using my laptop. He is just live feed. Oh, I just think it's hilarious that Tammy is just she cannot like this narcissist. Like she has no sense of like who. Just it's insane. The shit she has pulled, the trolling, the harassment, the stalking, and now she's experiencing what that's like, and she's just so fucking pissed off. Are you serious, Eli? Dude, Eli. I have 100% like always supported Eli not being harassed and trolled, right? Like I've always thought it was wrong, right? I've always thought. But Eli does not know how to be friends with people. Like honestly. He's fucked up over this fucking case. He's fucked up over this case. Like it's really I feel actually really sad for Eli. I feel really sad for him. Like he's just not okay. And this is the result of 8 years of being harassed, relentlessly threatened, doxxed, everything. Like his mental state is fucked because of what has been done to him. But yeah, I should probably I can go over to Rumble and get on Flex's stream to talk about this because guys, they're eating fucking babies. Do you guys understand? They're cannibals and vampires. That's what they are. That's who runs the world. It's been confirmed. The question is, what do we do about it? I do witchcraft. I do witchcraft. He's getting orders. Like what? Orders for what? Like he's door dashing right now? Oh, so he's not doing the lounge. He's just live streaming. Okay. Well, if he's just live streaming, if he's doing a lounge and he's got a panel, I'll pop on. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, he's just door dashing then. Yeah, if he does a panel or whatever, or GLM does a panel, I'll stop in because I love to hang out with my GLM and Flex. So, um, and I'm very upset. Like I'm very disappointed in Eli, um, for going off on GLM. Like honestly, they have been telling Eli that she's buddy trolling him, right? And he's believing it. I think he's way more influenced by what these people think of him, than he will ever admit. But Eli, you should know I did a justice working for you. Yeah, I did a justice working. So we're going to find out how that goes. Because I called upon the spirit of justice. Now, what's interesting is Eli's court case happens on Friday, and Friday is the day of Venus. Friday is ruled by the goddess Venus, right? Aphrodite, Inanna. And it Venus represents the scales of justice, right? Libra, right? Which happens to be my sun sign. So the fact that his case is happening on Friday, right? And that is the day ruled by the goddess of justice, right? Is very portentous. And I realize that Eli is under enormous fucking stress, mental, emotional, psychological stress. The rest of us see this as entertainment, but this is literally Eli's entire fucking reality. So much is riding on this to where he's lashing out at GLM, right? Because he caved to all these people fucking ramming him over the shit that she posts. Don't fucking worry about GLM, Eli. GLM has been a friend to you. Even with all the past that you guys have experienced, she's still trying to be a friend to you. Wait, who's Jelly? Aw, thank you, Cobra. I am a good witch. I am. I'm Glenda. Just call me Glenda the Good Witch. Eli is not okay. Eli is not okay. I feel actually bad that he's been put through. Like, I know what it did to me when I was targeted. I know the mental anguish that I suffered as a result of being targeted. I'm fine now. But at the time, because I didn't know who was behind it and I had all this other shit going on in my life that I've talked about extensively, that I had reason to fear for my life. That had nothing to do with Tammy or Kiwi Farms. I had real shit happening in my life on the ground that made me legitimately afraid for my safety and well-being. So the fact that, Tammy decided to dogpile, despite the fact that she had been stalking me since 2007 and she knew damn well that I was innocent, but she was envious because I lived a glamorous, amazing life and I am 100 times better than she'll ever be. So she was never my friend. She was a weird ass stalker. So where's GLM? So what the fuck was I saying? So being targeted was extremely hard for me because I was being targeted in real life in addition to being targeted on the internet. But Eli's not me. He's a man. He's not me. So my recommendation is you guys leave him the fuck alone, dude. Just leave Eli alone. Ice him out. Cut him off. Don't watch his shit. Don't talk about him. See what happens. See what he does. The only way Eli is ever going to break free is if he's not having to fucking fight with this shit. Fight with these assholes. Because whatever delusions of grandeur that he has are fed by his haters. This is what I know to be true. Your haters will cause you to think that you are a bigger deal than you are. Right? Because Jesus had haters, right? They say that if you have haters, you must be doing something right. So to Eli's mind, the fact that he has all these haters means that he really must be doing the right thing with his life. The more haters he has, the more determined he becomes to prove them wrong. So if you guys really wanted to fuck with Eli, you would leave him alone. You would just leave him alone. Don't go to his channel. Don't acknowledge him. Don't mention him. See what happens. Just don't mention him. Leave him alone entirely. Don't go to his channel. Don't restream him. Don't talk about him at all. See what he does. See how he handles that. Because then he's going to have to confront his own self, right? As long as he can make it about the people who hate him, right? As long as he can, in his mind, he's fighting this epic battle of good and evil, right? So take that away, and then he will be forced to focus on what he claims that he wants to accomplish, which is life coaching, right? Not Jamie, not Tammy, not all these people who have come at him, right? Just Eli doing what Eli says he wants to do, which is life coach. Eli, I don't know if you watch my shit. Somehow I think that you do, though. I feel like Eli is very interested in what I think. As well he should be. I'm a very powerful witch. It's crazy how powerful my magic actually is. Once I began to walk in my power, once I began to reclaim my power, and understand this, I do rituals every single day. I have 2 altars. I write spells. I recite incantations. I invoke. I am extremely devoted to my practice. I am as devoted a witch as I was a Christian. You should know this. And my magic is extremely powerful. You have no idea. I'm still learning. I am still figuring out my power, guys. But every single day, I practice my power, and I use my power, and I do magic. Because literally everything is magic. Everything, all the time, is magic. Unfortunately, I have a good moral compass. I don't seek to do harm. I don't seek to do harm. I don't seek to harm people. I don't practice witchcraft because I want to hurt others. I do witchcraft because I do not want to be hurt by others. My name is warded and protected, meaning that if you speak of me, whether you speak of me for good or ill, I get blessed. Something good will happen to me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I think it's interesting because Spencer, my ginger, right? My ginger. I have a redhead and I have a ginger. Redheads and gingers are not the same. But Spencer, all gingers are natural born witches. Whether they practice or not. So I would never get rid of you. Cobra, you're a good person. And I recognize that. I recognize that you're a good person with a good heart and you're loyal. And you work hard and you take care of your business. And you don't fuck with nobody and you don't let nobody fuck with you. That's a good man. And you have to know, Cobra, that I am a misandrist. And when I say that I'm a misandrist, it means that I don't worship men. I don't just automatically think every man is amazing. No, a man, in order to be respected by me, has to show that he is worthy of my respect. So I don't just, I'm not a pick me. I don't go around like wishing a guy would pick me. I don't want to be picked. Like I don't live in that world. I'm too old for that nonsense. And so in order for me to hold a man in esteem, he has to demonstrate that he's worthy of that esteem. Every woman should be a misandrist. No woman should just automatically like think that a man that she needs a man to validate her reason for being here. No one needs to validate your reason for existing. Whether you're a man or a woman, you exist because you are. You're a child of the Most High. You're a child of divinity. You don't need a reason. You don't need anybody to tell you that you deserve to be here. Live your life as though you have a higher calling. And so I don't hate all men. Right? I don't just hate men. I literally gave birth to 4 male children. So clearly I don't hate men because I make them. I make them. Aren't we all, dear? We are all just living. We are all just living. We're just getting through the day. In the whatever way makes sense. Right? No, I get that. You don't have any kids? Can I ask how old you are? Can I ask how old you are, Cobra? Oh, okay. So yeah, it's actually not uncommon, especially for millennials, to hold off on having kids. And I don't know how I feel about that because, like, I had kids young. Like, I was pregnant before I was 20. And there's something to be said for like having kids when you're young because number one, when you have kids, when you're essentially still a kid, basically, um like having kids, having babies, spending my 20s raising children made me think of my future and the future of my children. So rather than partying and being a whore in my 20s, I was going to school and raising babies and working. I didn't have any wild oats to sow. I know you are. You're very blunt, but that's okay because people who are inherently dishonest, people who are, what does the Bible say? Charm is deception is deceptive, right? When someone is charming, when like think about certain professions like salespeople. How charming and how charming is a salesperson, right? So whenever anybody goes out of their way to be like extra nice and charming, They're trying to sell you something. But when people are real and they don't give a fuck if you like them, well, if they like you, then you know that they like you for real, and they're not just trying to, they don't have an ulterior motive for being nice to you. Like Tammy. Tammy always has an ulterior motive for being nice to anybody. Like, for real. Like, when someone, I have a colleague, right? Like, I have a colleague who, when I first started working with her, she was an absolute fucking cunt to me. I couldn't stand her, right? Like, I didn't like her, right? She was not friendly. And I was trying to, like, be friendly, and she wasn't. And it's been a couple of years now that we've worked together, and she has finally fucking warmed up to me. She finally recognizes that I'm a good person and I'm good at my job and that I'm somebody that she respects. But it took so fucking long. Like, her and I had so many fucking go-arounds because I'm like, First of all, I was her direct supervisor, and she challenged me at every fucking turn. To the point where I was like, bitch, you are getting in the way of me doing my job. Well, now that she's decided that I'm a good person and like I'm exactly who I claim to be, and I have shown up consistently and fucking worked my ass off, and I have been somebody that she could rely on even when her and I didn't get along. Even when, it was a personal, like when I was annoyed with her, I still did my fucking job because I didn't take it out on her. You know. Single is the way to be. Single is the way to be, honey. Honestly, it is. And some people, okay, so I am 55 years old. I have grown, all of my children are grown. I was married a total of 26 years. I have owned 2 houses. I have a college education. Okay. I have survived a brush with death. I have survived being targeted. I have survived the United States fucking Navy. Okay. I don't owe anybody a fucking apology at this point in my life. And nor do I owe any excuses or explanations for why I do the things I do. I am absolutely free. The thing about being me is how liberating it is to be me. Because I've done all the things. I've done all the things, guys. I did Lines of Blow with Lucifer in Portland, which is literally one of my favorite stories of all time. That experience was absolutely top tier. The Lucifer at Portland. Unfortunately, the guy who decided to play Lucifer did not end well, because you absolutely do not claim to be a god. You don't go around telling people that you're Lucifer. Don't do that, because then Lucifer will show up and you better be able to back it up. And I think that's what happened to this guy. Honestly. God, he was hot. Honestly, it was the best sex I ever had. Honestly, I was like, yeah, I am done. There is never going to be a better experience than this. I'm good. And I got to tell you, I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with it. I'm so past the point of that sort of thing. Exactly. I had the best experience that it's possible to have, right? Honestly. Like, think of I don't even know I don't even know how to describe it. It was phenomenal, and he was phenomenal, and the whole thing was just like I honestly it was in my best interest to not stay. Some things are just too good, and they will ruin you. That was literally like I would be dead right now. Had I stayed in Portland, I would be dead. I wouldn't be here. The kindest thing that Niles did for me was send me away. Tell me that I needed to get out of town. He saved me. There was no way I was going to be allowed to stay in Portland. No one will have you. I love you. Oh my God, Cobra. Okay, so if I could suggest to reframe to reframe your understanding of your singleness. Because if you are single because you don't think anybody will have you, right? It means that you feel like you're rejected. Have you tried? And I don't want to poke at any wounds or upset you in any way. It breaks my heart that you think that no one wants you. Oh, honey, twice ain't nothing. Here's the thing, when you stop looking, that's when you find it, right? That's when you stop looking, that's when it happens because it will just come out of nowhere. You have your own house. That's amazing. You have a job. You're like well, you shouldn't look. But there's nothing to say that you can't put it out there in the universe to say, "Hey, send me the person who is perfect for me, who accepts me as I am, who you know what I mean? Like you can write down what you're looking for in a partner. I'm in love with me too. So if you're not interested in if you're not interested, if you really do want to be single and stay single, I respect that because, hey, I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. I am definitely not looking. I don't know how I would even conduct myself. Honestly, I wouldn't know how to date. I don't know the first thing about dating. Back in my day, you literally just met somebody and you're like, yep, yeah, that's the one, and then you just got married and had kids. There was no trial. There was just it was crazy how different we were back then. Dating apps weren't a thing. You actually had to go out and meet people. Yeah, I'm done too, honey. So we can hang out together. I am done too. I'm not interested in I'm sorry, I've been married twice. I don't know people, I don't understand people who can marry multiple times. That's what I don't get. I don't understand how people can get married multiple times. I did it twice. And I'm like, at what point, people who've done it three, four, five, six times, why? Why the fuck? Are you not getting the hint? I don't understand people. I really don't. People are, I guess when you feel like you need somebody to validate you, when you need another person who's not you to validate you, maybe that's why some people are just so, they're pick-me's. My ex-husband's new wife has been married 5 times. My ex is her fifth husband. Now, he's a fucking idiot because as soon as he found out about her history, her sexual history, her marital history, he should have been like, bitch, get the fuck away from me. Like, there is something wrong with your morals and your character and your personality if you have been married 5 times. If you get married, if you get married more than twice, you're a fucking idiot. Like, for real though. I mean, this bitch been married 5 times. Like, I lost a lot of respect for my ex. What little respect I had for him when I found out he was with her. That bitch got, like, you're gonna be her fifth husband. Like, what's wrong with you? Why do you feel so bad about yourself that you have to go with a woman who has been married fucking 4 times? Why are you going to be her fifth husband? Like, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, I lost all, like, every nice thing I ever thought about him, every good thing I ever thought about him, when I found out he was marrying a woman who'd had 4 fucking husbands and 2 baby daddies, 2 different baby daddies, I was like, you ain't got no fucking sense. Like, I can't believe I wasted any time on you. I can't, like, I'm more mad that I spent 20 years with him believing that he was a good man. That's the thing that pissed me off. Like, all the nice things that I believed about him when he proved that he wasn't worthy of a single damn nice thing I ever said about him. That's what pisses me off. The energy waste, the time waste. Someone who was never worthy of any of the nice things I ever believed about him. That he would fucking marry a woman who's had 4 husbands. Like, why are you even, like, why? Why? Like, that is a bad woman. That is a woman of poor judgment. To be married that many fucking times. You have poor judgment. You're stupid. And you married her. You threw me over and you married her. Like, on some level, that's his punishment. Like, he must have done that because he felt bad. So he married this woman, this whore, right? This adulterous woman as a form of self-flagellation, perhaps. Like, his guilt. Like, he knew he was never going to have better than me. He didn't deserve better than me. I was the best he was ever going to have. So he went to the very bottom. He married a bottom feeder. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of my fucking pictures that I posted of when I was married, but that's what he was married to. That's the woman. That's who he married. That's who I was. I kept a beautiful home, fantastic cook, fantastic in the set, great mother, devoted to my children, devoted to this man. Wrote a book and compared him to Jesus, essentially. Like, he's a fucking idiot. And then he married a woman who'd been married 4 times before him and had 2 different baby daddies. You understand why, after 20 years with this man, why I might not be, so eager to run out and fucking remarry and put myself through that. And then surviving New York. Surviving New York. And Portland. And Illinois. Like, no offense to you, Cobra. But honestly, it's literally my life went to shit because of a man. Because of what a man did to me. And so this is why I'm a misandrist, right? Balled out like a gallon bucket. Exactly. So this is why I'm a misandrist. And this is why I don't automatically respect a man just because he has a penis. No, I need more than penis. I need a man who is a real man, who is, because masculinity is not toxic. The lack of it is. Because truly good men are protective and loving and kind and gentle, right? A truly good man protects those he loves. My ex did not protect me. I thank you. I respect you as well. My ex did not protect me. He was too big of a fucking pussy to stand up for me and to speak up for me and to advocate for me. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that. It means a lot that you feel that way because I know that you're very selective. So he didn't protect me. And I understand. I mean, I was out there standing up for myself. I've always stood up for myself. No one has ever stood up for me. I've always had to stand up for myself. Now, I've never had anybody go to bat for me. But the thing that this taught me is that I can stand on my own, that I don't need to rely on anyone to come in and save me. If people want to stand with me because right is right, I appreciate that. But even if the whole world turns against me, I'm going to stand up for myself. That's never going to change. I am never going to bow. I was not made to bow. And I stood up for myself when I had my entire fucking government. I don't think you guys understand just what I've done. And it's okay if you don't because I know what I did. I know what I've done. I know what I accomplished. And if the world never knows, that's fine too. I know. Because I know my power. I know my power. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. I had a staring contest with death, and death blinked. So it's funny that somebody like Tammy would fucking try and take me on. She would, like, this fucking sow thinks that she can take me on. It's funny that any of these fucking cows thought they could take me on and come out on top. I did just fine, dear. Yes, I did. I am not that woman. I'm not. I am not the woman. I'm not the one. Like Tammy has sat behind her computer for the last 20 years doing literally nothing but ruining her life. And wasting her life. Like, you can barely walk. And you think 20 likes on one of your live streams is like the pen, like the fact that she thinks that a bunch of mentally disabled people following her around and liking her posts is like successful. That means she's successful. Exactly. She thinks that she's successful. You've never had a successful business. You're not a successful parent. You never had children. No man ever wanted to marry you. You didn't even get to reject men. So I have a friend. I have a friend who is extremely attractive and very seductive. And men are, they're putty in her hands. And she loves rejecting them. She's incredibly picky. Why? Because she knows her worth. She knows her worth. Men will come up to her and just offer to be her sugar daddy. I just was reminded of a story. So when I was like 21, um, my mother hated my first husband with good reason. He was a sociopath. And he was terrible for me, like abusive, neglectful, the whole nine yards. And my mother was desperate to get me away from him. But my financial situation did not allow me to just like pack up my car and leave. I was trapped. I didn't have a car. I had no money, but I did have a baby. I had a fucking 2 year old, right? And I was trapped in this abusive first marriage. And my mother literally tried to get me to, like, she tried to set me up with this, like, 60-year-old wealthy man. He had so much money. He had money. Like, he smelled like money. And he was actually very handsome for being in his 60s. But I was 21. So all I saw was an old man. And I was just so skeeved out by the idea of this old man touching me. Like, I really, really was not into old men. I didn't care how attractive he was. I didn't care how much money he had. The idea that I would have to have sex with a 60-year-old was so cringe to me at 21. I was not attracted to him at all, even though objectively he was a handsome older man. But he was fucking 60 and I was 21. And I was married to my first husband at the time, and I had notions of morality and faithfulness, right? And so I let my mother convince me to meet this man for coffee, and that was it, right? And this man spent 2 hours trying to convince me to be his sugar baby, telling me he was going to put me up in an apartment and give me a car and take care of my son. And I would never have to worry about anything, money, anything. And I was like, this is wrong. I literally remember telling this guy that what he was proposing felt like prostitution. I'll never forget the conversation. Like, after he like laid it out that what he was willing to give me, what he was willing to do for me as a favor to my mother. All right, dear. Well, have a good night. And I said no. I declined. I declined. Um, and it's just so bizarre because I understand now, looking back, I understand where my mother was coming from. Like, I understand why she did that. It's that song by Reba McEntire, Fancy. My mother could not afford to extricate me from this horrible first marriage, so she did what she could. She found this old dude who was willing to rescue me from this abusive marriage. But I couldn't do it because I absolutely was not going to prostitute myself to anybody. I would figure out how to get out of this situation without prostituting myself to an old man. And eventually, a couple years later, I did manage to escape. And then my parents, for it, kind of pressured me into marrying my ex, the one who turned out to be the biggest mistake I ever made. I'm almost thinking now, looking back my at my big old age of 55, that I probably should have taken this old man up on his offer. Life would have been a lot simpler. This guy had the means to protect me from my psycho ex. Understand, my first husband was dangerous. He was violent. I watched my first husband curb stomp a man, broad daylight, downtown Norfolk on a Sunday. He and his brother, in front of our small children, curb stomped a guy because he was going through the glove box of our car looking for spare change. And when we came out and saw this, my ex-husband and his brother, my first husband, beat the absolute shit, beat the brakes off this guy in front of our children in broad daylight. And do you think the cops showed up? No, they did not. Because that's who I was married to. Cops, no cops. It, nothing happened. They left this guy bleeding on the fucking sidewalk, and then we just left. So my first husband was incredibly dangerous and violent, and addicted to Xanax, and paranoid. I'm lucky I made it out alive. So, unfortunately, because of who my first husband worked for, I had no legal, like, even money could not have saved me. Money couldn't have saved me. Because influence, in this case, mattered more than money. All right. Well, is Flex doing the lounge now? Is Flex doing the lounge? Because I can head over there. So at the end of the day, Tammy, you're a nobody. And you've known me for 2 decades. And I just need you to think about that, sweetheart. I need you to realize you've always been a fan. You've never been on my level. We've never been equal. We never will be equal. You're a morbidly obese 60-year-old shut-in who hasn't left her house in 20 years, if not longer. And I am me. So, just remember that. My name is worded. My name is worded. I think I'm going to put a podcast on and do some embroidery. And if GLM or Flex want to do a stream or a panel and they want me to come on, they can let me know. I'm just going to be here. But I think I'm going to end this because we're coming up on an hour. And I really do want to finish this project that I've been working on. And I'm just looking at 50-hour work weeks for the next foreseeable future. But the money, it's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins. At my age, I literally only care about money. I literally only care about money. I already love myself. I buy myself flowers. I have a whole altar in my room dedicated to beauty. Right? I have an altar dedicated to the goddess of witchcraft. I work with the angel of death and Medusa. And I have this interesting relationship with Lilith and Asmodeus. I'm not quite sure. Like, I don't have any Lilith or Asmodeus merch in my house. But the sense that I get from both Lilith and Asmodeus is that they like me. They're down with me. They love me. They really enjoy me. And They want to be friends. So I think about that. And I feel like Asmodeus wants something from me. Asmodeus wants something from me. Asmodeus, he's the one that took Solomon's kingdom. Asmodeus is the one who took Solomon's kingdom. And I'm pretty sure that Solomon never got his kingdom back.